Yeah, my name is Lars Brink. I'm Professor Emeritus in Theoretical Physics at Chalmers University of Technology in Gothenburg, Sweden. I've also been a member of the Nobel Committee for Physics in Sweden and ended up as a chairman of it. And of course, this is what I talked about today. We like to talk about these things because we like to explain how it works, because people have often very many ideas about who should get it and why don't we do so and so. But in the talk I explained, that we have statutes, we have rules, which are rather restricted, and that, in a sense, it can lead to that we don't give a Nobel Prize to certain people that people would think should have had it. So there are, in a sense, constraints on what we can do, but we still like to have them because we don't like to change it, because then we are out, in rather deep water. Usually, it's not given to the person who did a much better experiment, with much better statistics, or because we are really out after the first, the first discovery, and that sometimes it happened over the years that those who did the first discovery didn't understand what they were discovering, and they had to be taught about that, and people told them, but this is also part of the beauty of the prize, that as I said, you don't need to be an Einstein to get the prize, but also, as I said, it helps to be. When I got involved first time as an adjunct in 2001 and looked at all the nominations, and I had a favorite, as my favorite, one of my 2-3 favorite physicists of all times, there was Yuichiro Nambu from Chicago, a Japanese, a fantastic scientist. Very modest, will never push himself, but he was a person that usually was 10 years ahead of the rest of the physics community. And as people said, that people who wanted to compete with him, well, when they had learned, and they were still 10 years behind him. But he had done so many things, so it was difficult to pinpoint what discovery should be given to. And so I cannot go into the deliberations, but in 2008, finally, we decided. He was 87 years at the time. And afterwards, when we went to call him, and he he had been told, that he should wait for the prize over so many years. That it was said that the Japanese TV had been, outside his house for the last 20 years or something. And this year they were not, so in that sense he was not prepared. I think we woke him up, in the morning, and then I was going to say something, and my voice somehow disappeared. I could say, congratulations, was the only thing I could get there. So I was very happy for that. The committee have missed some women over the years, which is regrettable. You can have all sorts of sociological ideas about these things, but now the committee is very much aware of these things. But on the other hand, we cannot change the rules. Prizes are represented what was done 30 years ago. So I'm sure that it will not take 50 years for the next woman to get a Nobel Prize in physics. I think that the world has to trust us that we do our best to get the best persons for the prize.